great day, cold though where I am. I hope you are great. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for taking time to be with me today, because today it's another day, it's another opportunity to make and transform our lives in a way that will leave a legacy behind. Welcome. My name is Reinvent, CEO International Renaissance Center, an international best-selling author, a speaker, and a coach. Today, I want to focus on the lessons we can get from Warren. I know for some of you, you've heard about Warren Buffett. My son loves him. He will listen, read anything that Warren has out there. He believes there are lessons to learn from such a successful leader. If you ask me, you too, I too can learn. And what are some of the lessons we can learn from Warren Buffett? And I believe one of the things that we learn from him is about mentors, because if we are to succeed, we need to find mentors that we can emulate. What can we learn from them? If we find them, if we don't find them, we might not learn. Remember, in the previous sessions, I've looked at different successful people, and each person focused on one thing that made them successful. So here today, we want to learn more about finding mentors that we can emulate. I believe that this also is going to shed some light in why you need to have mentors in your life, because they do make a difference if only you can learn from them. So if you don't have any, it's time to think. Ask yourself, who should I actually look up to? Because I have not been looking up to anyone. I need to change that, to shift that for my own good. I believe it's one of the things that you'll find really insightful, because with learning from other successful people, your journey might just take shorter period of time. Trust me and believe me that imagine somebody has spent 40 years to be successful, and they're giving you the lessons that they have had throughout their journey. Won't that really be helpful to cutting down the 40 years of experience to maybe just 1 year of action? So, what does Warren say, and where do we begin with our session today to ensure that we are on the right path? This is what Warren says. He says, it's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you will drift in that direction. Let me repeat that again. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you will drift in that direction. We are living in challenging times. Some of the mentors we will find and we can find have lived through such a time in their lifetime. They have learned certain lessons. They have done certain things. So right now, if you're saying to yourself, you don't know what to do, maybe you're not paying attention to the people who you consider to be your mentors. Again, let me just refer to something that I said. In the last session, I said, if only you want to reinvent yourself and unleash the leader within, because I believe you are a leader in a way that you either know or you didn't know, or you've been acting as one When you go through the 7 days challenge, Unleash the Leader Within challenge, there are certain things that will come out and will reveal themselves. Now, I have brought this up because one of the things that you need to know is to know that you need to have somebody who inspires you, and you can't really say you have none, because there is somebody who inspires you to want to be like them, in quotes, because you can't be like anyone. There are certain behaviors, habits you would love to have in your life. So for you to have that, you might need to learn from them certain things. And that is why it is good to have mentors. And in doing or going through the 7 days Unleash the Leader Within challenge, that is one of the things that you will have to go through for you to find out who you would love to be. And if you really want to be successful, and especially right now, we are at a time when you are going to reinvent yourself. You've known yourself for all the period you have existed, but this time in history is requiring you to look back on yourself, reflect, and find out what are the skills that you need at this time in your life to get yourself to the new level that you've never been. And to do that, there's so much you need to find out about yourself. And that is why it is good to know at this moment in your history, you are going to require new skill sets. So if you require new skill sets, then you can see how important it is for you to look for mentors, for you to have mentors. They have gone through series of such a time. They have done something successful, and we can borrow from their lessons what we could apply today, and to ensure that our life is different, or to ensure we are reinventing ourselves. So, it's better, he says, it's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you will drift in that direction. Warren Buffett Warren Buffett is a successful businessman, a fearless investor. Definitely, when he's talking about seeking mentors, he knows that for you to succeed, you've got to have people who've been in that journey before you, who have successfully gone through that journey, and you too need that. So if himself is a successful businessman, a fearless investor, had mentors, then you see how it works, that you too need somebody who's been successful to inspire you and to look up to, because then there are things they will help you with. They've gone through the journey, they know where you'll find the potholes, they know where you'll find challenges, they know where you'll have mindset blocks, they know where you'll feel like giving up, they know where each of these things will be, and they can help you make a difference in your life. Because when you find mentors, they help you to succeed. And that is the greatest thing that you can get from mentors. So if you find yourself not being able to find mentors, you should ask yourself, is it that you're just being blind, or is it that you don't appreciate what mentors bring forth and what you could borrow from them so that you learn for your life? Because then, if you're going to get mentors, this is what I want you to pay attention to. And when I talk about mentors, I don't mean somebody you are always with. It could be somebody you're following online. Especially during this time, you are keeping social distancing, how will you then say, I have a mentor, I can go see them? No, it doesn't have to be like that. Some of the mentors we are following are online. You don't have to be in person. If you can get in person, good, even better, because then you are able to talk to them and understand how they are thinking, why they are thinking the way they are. But if you don't, just look at what they are doing. You will learn. Listen to them, because listening also gives you information as to they are thinking this way, and sometimes they will explain, I am thinking of this because of that. And if you are listening, I'm sure, keenly, and you are seeing the action they are taking, then you must be taking the same action, because it says you will drift in that direction. So you are not just listening. You are listening, you are looking, and you are implementing. Remember, success doesn't come by just looking and listening. It comes by you also taking action. So what action will you be taking? So if you have mentors, you have an advantage. They will expose you, they will show you, they will lead you, and eventually, if you're good at implementation, you will succeed. But if you're not, you might miss the opportunity, because you're not implementing, you're not seeing where the mistakes are or where the problem is, because as you listen, implement. If you have a problem with learning from others, and especially where you think the knowledge you have is sufficient, then you'll find it hard to follow up with what your mentors are saying or doing, because you believe, I know it, it has to be my way. Then you are not coachable, and learning for you gives you a problem. You are about to have a lot of problems, because mentors, they've been through a journey. They can tell you what happened during that time when they faced the challenge or when they faced the obstacle. They can tell you and give you feedback, what they learned from that, and why you need to know what to expect and how to behave. It is important for you to identify your mentors. Once you believe they are ahead of you and they can inspire you, they can enable you to overcome challenges, to overcome your obstacles if you are going to succeed. So listen well, observe their work and their life, you learn, and apply whatever you learn from them. So important. And remember, the 5 people that you hang around are most likely the people who influence you. And if those 5 are not inspiring people, you might not move forward. So identify who are the people I want to be looking up to as my mentors. What have they done in their life? How successful have they been? What can I learn from them? What can I emulate from them and apply in my life to succeed? In that case, your life to succeed. And if that is the success you are looking for, if that's the leadership that you want to have, then you should be successful in the shortest time. Unlike for them, they took long. When I started the lessons in leadership, that was the one thing that I wanted to ensure that the managers I was working with, they learned the skills they needed, because as leaders, and especially as middle managers, they supervise, they control 80% of the workforce. Without proper leadership skills, they can push away the people they can control or supervise. They can push away the people who they're supposed to inspire and motivate, and they can lose out in being successful in their work. Your work as a middle manager in charge of 80% of the workforce is to ensure that the organization, your department, or whatever organization that you're working for, your work is to ensure that you get things done through people, other people, not through yourself. As a middle manager, your work is to supervise, ensure everything is done by the people you supervise. How do you influence them to do it as if it was you? How do you make sure they love what they do because of the impact they have from you? It's up to you to find ways to make sure this happens. If you don't know what to do, you could learn from mentors. So when I started the lessons in leadership, I knew the middle managers would benefit a lot because they would learn the lessons from these successful leaders. What they had done, what they were focused on, how did they use that to be successful? And for you, I believe, if you can identify some mentors, then you're about to be successful. So that is what is important about working and having mentors. So my challenge for you today is, my challenge for you today is this: choose one goal you would like to work on and find mentor. Go online, the people you aspire to be like, and find out, can they be a mentor to me? You don't have to talk to them. That's what I say. Find out what they do or what they have done to be successful. What are the lessons and what can you borrow from them? If you are able to approach the person there within somewhere where you can approach them, then ask them to mentor you. I've had many people who I mentor, and I have been grateful for that opportunity because it helps me help others discover their potential and actually shine in the world. So keep going until you find a mentor you respect and trust that's working with you. I know when you find somebody you can talk to, you will be successful faster. And that is why it's important to have mentors. I believe in you, and I know if you find mentors, then moving to the destination that you choose to move to, you shall have success in a shorter time. And like when you've got to learn everything by yourself, doing, failing, finding obstacles, and trying to overcome those obstacles by yourself. So if that is you, and I believe it is you because you're watching this, then I know you're about to become successful as your mentors. Find the right mentors for yourself and success will follow you. With that said, thank you so much for joining me. If you have comments and feedback, just remember to leave them down below, and I will see you in the next session. I believe in you, God does believe in you, and there are people who believe you are also their mentors. So go find mentors that will make a difference in your life so that you can make a difference in other people's lives. You are here to make a difference. So go do it. Thank you and goodbye. Until next time.